Welcome back to Gintama. Now, obviously I think intestinal distress is something to be quite common should your entire planet be in close proximity to disaster. An all-out war for the planet, and really going along with delegations on top of it. Maybe do your own cooking just in case anyone starts to tamper. But it all seems to have gone well. So, for the time being at least, the Earthlings at least have a bit of a fighting chance. They're not fighting on all fronts. It's just the ones they're going up against can be mighty scary. Shall we see just how far the fighting spirit of the samurai can really take them? And the fact that we're seeing another side of it. You know, each of the fighting forces do have their own lives. But also, they're fighting on two fronts. One on the planet and one up in the sky. Well then, I wonder if it'll be a happy reunion for him at the end of this then. Or not. I see. Well, that would give him more fight for this cause. You know, there's a time for everything. Doing it like this wouldn't be nearly so gratifying. It's not exactly going to come close to regaining things he's lost, but at least it's not nothing. You know, seeing that from another perspective, where you have characters suffering from loss, having their lives completely messed with by forces above and out of their control. This world is this universe, I should say, is a very cruel mistress sometimes. It's been a common thread in Gintama where we have, apart from the idiot prince, where we have characters and the like who come in, take control, but a big evil bad. And then, you know, we have moments of humanity where we can resonate with them. So it wouldn't surprise me that any character we get introduced to can have these kind of heavy emotions to deal with straight away. Just we're being introduced to this one a lot earlier on. And now that he's got a comrade in arms with the one who's pulled back from the planet, what's that going to do? If it isn't... Would he want to know? He's gonna do his best to fight back against it. And if he can handle it, I'm sure things might be okay. But look where it has got him. Oh, maybe it was a negative. But also force Shinpachi to be kind of like the everyman in this situation. He's not anything too special. He's not got this grand backstory or overbearing personality pushing him forward. The fact that he can carry on, do better, bring others to his side. No matter how seemingly normal you are. Put your mind and effort to it, and you might be more than just glasses. That's a woman? I mean, sometimes I'm not even sure. That true, that might not really assuage their worries right now. But yeah, after a situation like that, they would turn their aggression to others and have a bit of discrimination. The shading on that was so different to how we're used to seeing it. It's not often you see soft shading like this, and it is really pulling that scene into kind of a perspective. Anywhere is home as long as you have something to cling to. Not that you would be getting it paid, but still. Is that... might help. Might not be a great thing to completely ransack what you have left. He's in a book library or a bookstore. He's just reading Jump. Yeah, I mean, taking situations a bit lightly. You gotta have a little bit of levity in this at this point. I wasn't quite sure what that... Is that a request hanging in his mouth? But wasn't entirely sure what joke they were trying to do just then. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I guess if you want anyone protecting the Earth, call upon the greats. They want Jean-Claude as well. Now, why are they bearing their weaponry right away? It's going to be something really dumb at the end of this, isn't it? Good to see you. But why are they attacking? Is it... So it's not just unhappy populace going against those that the Yamato left here. How full was his bladder? Fish would have had to jump quite high. You could have at least let him pull up his pants first. The fight has been brought to them. I mean, they were already... They were all ready to lay down their lives. But what is his grand ambition still just to end it all? It's been a while since we saw Hanzo. Was the last time during the Shogun assassination arc? Great. The inviting here going... boiling over. An unprecedented attack out of nowhere. Is he going to have to take responsibility for it? Such a pleasant music in the background of this scene. If only we didn't know why they were wearing such comfortable looking outerwear. at the end of this, is our kind of power source going to be still within the planet? Because as long as there is, and it seems like one of the last vestiges of it out there, the Earth would be more interesting to those that want to take it for themselves. It's a easy thing to do as well. Get them fighting amongst themselves, lower the troops you actually have to fight. And he just kind of waltzes in on this meeting. Seeing these characters who have really only been brought in relatively recently, talking about how much they've thrown aside to be here. Finally, though, we're actually seeing those guns be somewhat useful. Before, it's always been like Nerf bullets or marshmallows. I just wonder if everyone around here has a spare pair of underwear. How could he forget that day? How everyone here has lost so much. It would be turned and pointed towards something else. If you don't have something to blame, a certain group of people. Excuse me? They'd already been reduced to this. There is but one. Remember, yeah, they have been given the gift of immortality. Oh, God. I suppose... Didn't he make the other, his first pupil somewhat immortal, so having an army of zombies is not out of the realms of possibility. Kind of gross, and I didn't think we'd get into a zombie invasion as well as this war in like the third episode of this arc. Well, she's just out here wanting more donuts. Slight difference. That's... yeah, that is just a graveyard. Gintoki has a horse in this fight as well. It will just continue. And for him to show up, for the lighting to change that easily. And will the great merchant be able to talk his way into a slightly better situation? But also, where's Katsura? He certainly is relatively calm. Because war requires someone to fight up against you. It can't... ah. That's... I was wondering why he couldn't even get close with his sword there. Yep. There we go. No retaining of their sense of self. He's... the thing is, if it was just Utsuro by himself and the armies, okay, that's something. But having an immortal thing to fight up against... that is the face of defiance you want at the end of this. But having someone in charge who can't put a stop to it, can't put an end to it, can't let go because of everything that they've gone through right now, it's going to be more than impossible just to sit back and accept not only a ceasefire, but somewhat peace amongst all of it. As much as so many of us would like to see all sorts of kind of fighting and whatnot end, there's going to be those whose entire lives depend on it. Because they have nothing else. But in a time like this, it would be good to have a return of the Shinsengumi. A little bit of fighting force when you need it. Take two. Ah. There's going to be a lot of this that I don't get. Wordplay is already difficult enough. Jokes are already hard enough. And then when I can't even understand what half the things they're saying. But my god, just when we thought things were looking up, of course that's when the hammer gets brought down, the glimmer of hope for the future really crushed immediately. Can't have any peace or good feelings for too long. The talks delegations went almost without a hitch. It's looking good. Oh, they've been captured. Oh, we've fought back against the invasion. They're leaving without much bloodshed. Oh, they've all been wiped out. And now there's an army of zombies. Good. But really, the fight is now on their doorstep. We've had it on other planets, but now it's so close. Edo right there. Utsura so close to achieving his goal, which I think at the end of it is just kind of to end everything. Is the planet going to be okay after this? But we did see that the energy required to sustain immortality is somewhat finite. What's going to happen to the alternate energy source of the planet going forward? Because, well, we can disrupt it with the other crystals, as we saw by Imbozo. But do we have any of those at hand? Can everything that has been taught to Gintoki and the other generals be used in the fight against Utsuro? Is anyone going to have a normal life after this? Well, maybe Gintoki, since he was chilling in a bookstore not that long ago. But, keep calm, try to carry on with your daily lives. I'm sure all of this will be over soon. When I say soon, we have quite a few more episodes to go. Lucky us. But since this is a fight for everyone, everyone's life, everyone's home, everyone's reason to be in the show, who are we going to see come out of the woodwork, crawl back for a bit of limelight, but also do their part? Maybe the full roster. I'm excited for it, maybe you are too. Let me know down below, maybe even consider liking the video. Subscribing would be a hell of a thing. We need everyone now together more than ever. But get yourself some rest, so I can see you in the next episode. If you would like to join a not-so-immortal army, consider joining onto my Patreon, because together we can watch as much anime as possible. As long as my schedule allows. And you know what the great thing is? No need for any sort of bloodshed or sharing. So I need to thank Electricand, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sal, Arthea, Shiwan, Mats, Girly, Cardboard, Croyville, Gintaman, Dark Shadow 7899, Megu42, and everyone else. But with the amount of anime out there, maybe immortality would be a good thing.